Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. There was a new update from Wonder Woman. Patty Jenkins and even Clay Annals released this picture of Pedro Pascal's character in Wonder Woman 1984. Now, they haven't revealed who this character is, but I don't know. Looks eerily similar, kind of to Maxwell Lore, the DC villain. It could possibly be that. That'd be really an intriguing piece, and maybe Wonder Woman will get to snap his neck, like how Man of Steel snapped Zod's neck. But anyway, that's not confirmed at all. That's just me looking at the picture and looking at all the different characters he could be. You never know. He could be anybody. He could be Hades in disguise. Who knows what's going on with that movie, Wonder Woman 1984. But Pedro Pascal has finally been revealed in an official photo from Patty Jenkins and even Clay Annals. So be on the lookout for more info from Wonder Woman 1984. There's more coming up soon as they start wrapping up production in any case. Alright, so next thing is Zack Snyder's making a little bit more noise, right? He's talking about a little bit about Robin today, and that's in regards to some people's questions about whether that Robin is that Jason Todd, what's going on there. And then he revealed it today that was Richard or Dick. That was Dick Grayson. That is Dick Grayson that is dead. Dead Robin is Dick Grayson. That's not Jason Todd, which actually blew a lot of people's minds out of the water and also kind of upset quite a few people in and itself. And that is fine. It's fine to feel that way. Fine if you're thinking that Dick Grayson would show up later. It does make more sense to have Jason Todd. But if you really think about it, this is an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns. Everybody's pretty much got now. Strikes Again has the sequel has Dick Grayson, but in any case, there was supposed to be Carrie Kelly, and he confirmed that. He says he is dead, and then comes Carrie Kelly. Carrie, we always assume already that means Carrie Kelly. That's the female Robin that was in The Dark Knight Returns. That was what's supposed to have happened, and that begs the question: is wait a minute, wasn't this supposed to be a shared universe where people get to pick up things in here and there? And remember back in 2013 where David Goyer says it was supposed to expand. Superman's the first hero, then all these others heroes comes in. But you got to remember, that was 2013. They were still bouncing around the ideas of other superheroes. The idea of a Dark Knight Returns adaptation, in a way that an older Batman didn't come until later. And sure enough, John Aaron Garza had put this on Vero. He was kind of specifically talking to Zack Snyder in a way. He says, I'll just say, I think Zack was going for an arc that wasn't concerned with having spin-off films, and it would have been a self-contained world, and I very much like that. A TDK, the Dark Knight trilogy, with the Justice League that has a beginning and an end with different directors showing respect at David Ayer. And so Zack Snyder did confirm it. He said yes, that's exactly what he was going for, and that's kind of what a lot of us thought, where he was talking about the 5-film arc. And I even said this before, that it was going to be like the Dark Knight trilogy. It was like his own little Nolan universe. It was going to be self-contained, where people can branch off here and there, maybe in the past, or something happens with Flashpoint, who knows. But that was his story that he wanted to tell. It was contained, it had a beginning and it had an end. It pretty much focused on Superman for most of the part, and then that was it. And Batman will probably sacrifice himself towards the end of the movie. That was the whole point of his arc. It was like a self-contained film. He wasn't thinking about cinematic universes, and maybe originally idea in 2013 when they were talking about it. But as he had developed the idea and it got in towards 2016, Batman v Superman, it was going to be an older, darker Batman who kind of regains his self back, but at the same time will selflessly sacrifice himself to save the world. And so I think that's what the idea of this 5-film arc that was supposed to have happened. Of course, until it wasn't. So that's not going to happen anymore. But I get to see why people are frustrated that Dick Grayson would have not been alive, but I totally get what Zack was trying to do here in this part, in this arc, 5-film arc. Now that does not exist, that's not going to do it anymore, and we'll just have to see what type of story was the Snyder Cut exactly, or at least his approved Justice League version that hopefully will get released. And just a little bit of more teaser, and then you can go ahead and put the tinfoil hat on if you want to. It is really hot today, so I'm not going to put that. It's going to burn my head. But Zack Snyder had a post on Vero, and he says, "At the office, simply at the office." Now you see some of those characters there. You see I think you see Cyborg here, and you see Batman, and you see Doomsday there. Those are figures he had in another part of his room, so he intentionally put that in this room and set everything up for possibly a reason. And who knows, you could go into it a little bit more. Why does Doomsday have a king with a crown on, with a cape? What's going on there? What does he mean by that? There is a Man of Steel, I believe that's Man of Steel record going on down there. He's putting the Man of Steel soundtrack in the record player, and then some really great eyes was looking straight at right to the right of Cyborg, and it says the Blade Runner, the final cut. Almost, is he trying to tease us something here? Why is that on that screen? Is it placed in a way that we would kind of not so much catch it, but he's trying to tease us or hint at us about the Snyder Cut? It could possibly be. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, just looking at this, right, this picture, right, people could say, well, that's just a part of his house. He just looked over and looked in his house, right? But look at those figures. Those figures have been in different photos on Vero. He has set them up in certain places, unless he has multiple copies of those same figures, who knows? But I'm thinking he set that up for a reason. He says it's at the office. He has a reason to show that, and it could be maybe hinting at the Snyder Cut if we put our tinfoil hats on. But anyway, at least he's kind of communicating with us again. He's slowly hinting with us again. I'm very glad for that. Not sure what that actually means, or if it means anything at all, but at least he's talking again, and we're getting more revelations from what could have been, of course, hashtag until it wasn't. Alright guys, well that's it for today. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.